Hi, my name is Maria Five. Either welcome to my channel if you're new, or welcome back to my channel if you're not so new. I have a tea and a make and a book. So, without further ado, we will get on to the tea. The tea, I'll see if I can, there we go. Yeah. It is called Breakfast in Paris. It's from Stash, and I'm just going to read this to you because I won't remember this. What can we say? This tea has that certain je ne sais quoi. Sipping this perfect blend of rich black teas, aromatic lavender, and bright bergamot will have you daydreaming of sitting outside a sunny Parisian cafe. And I mean, even the box is really pretty, right? Oh, hang on. Even the box is really pretty. But yeah, it needs more black tea, I think. I mean, I've had, obviously, tea with bergamot, that's Earl Grey. Tea with lavender. I've had lavender London Fog from a cafe in Edmonton, and I loved it. And so this should be so good, and it's not. It smells divine. It really smells good, and then you taste, and it's kind of like, but where's the flavor? I mean, yes, it's definitely aromatic. It's beautiful, but it's just, yeah, it's lacking that tea. Just my opinion. But not especially great as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, all right, so this is a make. I made this 3 years ago, 4 years ago, a little while ago, but I'm going to show it to you now. It's right here. It's very sparkly, and it's a card holder. And oh, look. It's got my card in there. See what I did there? With a QR code, and yeah, it's kind of exciting. But yes, and it's got these little windows. So this is just gold fabric that you know how you just see something and you just have to have it, but you don't exactly know how you'll use it? Yeah, this was one of those. I saw it and I was just like, ha. I know, the crow in me is like, ooh, sparkly. But yeah, I made one in just regular fabric, which I tried to find, and it's buried somewhere downstairs. I don't know where. But anyway, then I made another one in gold because, well, yeah, that. Yeah, so that's the make. Really easy. And this plastic is from the audiobooks from the library, those plastic sleeves. I just took one and sliced it up and used that in this. But you could use anything. That vinyl from shower curtains that you find sometimes, it's just a wee bit thicker, you know, just a little bit of a thicker plastic. And obviously see-through so that you can slide your card in there, or this way, slide the card in there and have it visible. So yeah, not especially hard to make, and yeah, it's just kind of fun. I don't know. All right. All right, so for the novel. The novel today is Sandwich by Catherine Newman, and it has been published in 2024. This book. It will have you laughing out loud. It will have you crying. There's tears. There's swearing. There's pregnancy loss. There's a wedding. There's a funeral. There's the whole LGBTQ. There's the vegetarianism. Like, this novel has a little bit for everything, unless you're a diehard horror. It's not that, but like, it's got a little bit of everything in there. So it was really fun to read. So the novel is told by this woman named Rocky. She is going through menopause, and she's celebrating 30 years with her husband, and the kids are coming down for the week. And so Sandwich, so yes, this is a cottage in Cape Cod that they rent for a week every year and have been doing so since, I think, after the first child was born, maybe. Yeah, a long time. Let's say this is 28 years, something like that. Anyway, yeah, so they've been doing this for an awfully long time. And the the story that you read now is just a whole reminiscing of those 28 years and everything that's happened. It's so down to earth and really, yeah, very emotional, very real, very real. Just, yeah, well written, just really well written and very descriptive. So, every day they either go to the beach or they go into town or they do something. And so she makes sandwiches for everybody and everyone, with some like pickles, some like mustard, some like a different kind of cheese. We have a vegetarian, and so she's vegetarian sandwiches. So it's a little bit of a production which she kind of begrudges and kind of, grumbles about. That's a good word. Grumbles about. But at the end, when everyone's doing their sandwiches and she's so proud of herself. So Rocky is kind of interesting that way, because I think we're all just a wee bit like that. We like to grumble, but then we like the praise when it all works out good. Anyway, this is where I thought the title came from, Sandwich. But no. I mean, I'm Canadian. I don't know these things. I've never been to Cape Cod. Sandwich is like the oldest community in Cape Cod, in Massachusetts. And yeah, interesting. Yeah, just a coastal town. Who knew? But the oldest community. It's yeah, lots of shipwrecks, lots of I'm sure lots of stories if you were to dig into the history. I did a little bit of reading on it. And yeah, really, really interesting. So, Sandwich. All right. So I've been to Long Island, New York, and so that's kind of what was playing in my head, I guess, is because that's what I related to. But no, Cape Cod, which I've never been to. Who knows? I may never get there. We'll see. Anyway, all right. So there's this husband that she is never happy with. It's like she's always criticizing him, not necessarily verbally out loud, but like is always like, oh, he makes her crazy. But at the end of the day, somebody has to do the driving. Somebody has to stay calm. Somebody has to, be there and just be that sort of mellow entity that holds space for everything else to happen. And she's the drama queen, so which you probably figured out, right? Yeah. So there's that interesting dynamics. And then there's the kids. Yeah, so the daughter is vegetarian and she's pretty sure she's a lesbian, but she's not quite sure. She's still figuring it out, That's fine. She's young. And it doesn't matter. That's not even an age requirement, is it? It doesn't really matter. Anyway, she's just, they are just figuring out, how they identify, where they're at in life, in the world, and who they choose to spend their time with. And the son has a girlfriend who they've been together forever. She's really smart. She's, that they could want for him, and he is into her. And then it turns out she's pregnant. Yeah, so there's all of that. And she tells the mom first, before she tells anybody else. She tells Rocky. And so there's all of that goes on. And then everybody, the husband, the dad, is the last to know. But it's just interesting, the whole family dynamic. So that's, I hear that that's really a common way to go about doing it is, anyway. It's just a story of feeling and emotion. And this 1 week, the whole novel is 1 week in Cape Cod. And just the adventures, the reminiscences, the stories. And it's such a nice, good story. There's unwed pregnancy. There is that, if that bothers you. But, it's a good story. It's really well written. It's incredibly descriptive. I've never been to Cape Cod. And obviously this is not the first novel I've read that takes place in Cape Cod. But I feel like, I've been there. I haven't. And like I say, I may never get there. But I feel like, it's, yeah, Eastern Seacoast, which I have been to, both Canadian and American. Been to Long Island, spent 3 weeks there 1 year, many, many years ago. Yeah, so like there's relatability, but also that emotional psyche of what this woman's going through, and her just her life, reflecting, going back, and I don't want to give anything away, but it's not plot driven, it's not like that, but it's a really good read. If you're just you want something, you don't really know what you want, try it. Give it a shot. It might be exactly what you're looking for. Catherine Newman, Sandwich. Really, really a good read. Yeah, give it a shot. Let me know. Thank you so much for joining me, and give this a like if you enjoy it. Subscribe, please, so you don't miss any more. And yeah, have a great week. We'll see you next Saturday. Thank you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.